pretty. They look really pretty, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this one. I'm like, did you guys mislabel this? I don't think anyone needs to try to be like anybody else. If you're trying to be somebody else, that's gonna come across and people are gonna feel that like, oh, like the fakeness. But when you are being undeniably you and you are passionate about what you're doing, people feel that. It hits different. This is it. This is the new direction. Hello! Welcome back to the channel, you guys. What's up? It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Oh! We hit record. Okay, so we are fresh-faced. We are going to be trying some makeup today. We're going to be trying makeup, yes, from Shein. Shein. I don't know. How do you say that? Someone put the pronunciation down in the comments, please, because I don't know how to say it. Every time I say it, I feel like I get corrected. So I'm just going to start spelling it. I'm going to be like, I got it from SheGlam. Anyways, their brand of makeup is called SheGlam. SheGlam. It's gonna be an honest review because I ain't getting paid for that. So we're gonna try it out. I don't have like a full face of stuff, so I'm gonna be intermixing my makeup too and just kind of telling you guys like what I'm using right now. So I did do the whole color match thing because I was really nervous because I did order a foundation from Shein, I don't know. And I got the hydrating foundation here, okay? This one here, it's in this nice little box here. It tells you the color. So I got the color Sand. What I was using previously was this stuff right here. I actually really like this foundation, but I wanted to try to find something without an SPF in it. I know most people are looking for foundation with SPF, but I did not want one. So anyways, so I got this one. It's a hydrating foundation. I've been going more for the like hydrating route of makeup. I used to be like powder everything. Powder, like I wanted to finish everything in powder so that it wouldn't budge off my face. But as you get older, you get these things called wrinkles around your eyes, okay? And I have a lot of lines like around my eye. I don't know if you guys can tell, like when I'm like, I don't know. It's just, it's very, how do I want to say that? They're very prominent when I have a lot of powder underneath my eyes. So I've been even trying not to like set my makeup a whole lot with powder. I'll do like really light areas just like on here, around my nose, wherever I crease with the foundation. But I'm trying not to do as much powder because it's more of a youthful look when you have more of that like glowy look to your makeup as opposed to like cake face with like a bunch of powder. So that's the route I've been going. So I got the hydrating foundation, which in turn is not a full coverage. It's more of like a medium coverage, but that's okay because I use concealers and everything else too. So let's dive in, shall we? So before we get started, I am going to use my hydrating primer. I use this one. I've showed it to you guys before, Milani. You can get it at any of your drugstores, anything like that, but I use the Bright Side primer, and I just kind of get it all over my fingers there, and I will put that on and try to let that set for a couple minutes. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this, and then we'll open up the other primer that I got from the SheGlam line, okay? Okay, and while that primer is sitting on there, I'm gonna show you guys the primer that I got from them. It comes in this little box here, so next to my hand, I have bigger hands, I guess, for a girl. I don't know. I don't know. It's been a minute since I've made a video. Just cut me some slack. Okay, so here is the size of the box here. Here's what it looks like. So this is their birthday skin primer, and this is the pink one. So here is what the packaging looks like. Oh, it looks like a mirror. You can see the camera. Hey guys. Oh God. I dumped out the little spatula because there's like a little spatula underneath this in the box. So this is what it looks like. It does look very fancy, I will say. Like, okay. You guys know I'm a bargain shopper, okay? Like, I love finding me some good deals, and the SheGlam makeup is like, I mean, Shein, whatever, is like, the prices are insane, just all around, and the makeup is no different. The foundation, I think, was the most expensive thing, and I think it was like $9, so I don't know, something like that. Something like that, I don't know. But it was all very inexpensive. Anyways, but this, it does look very fancy. It's not glass, it is plastic. Twist this, lefty-loosey. And then it does have this on there, so then you just grab this little tab and lift. And I have already used this once, so you're gonna see a little bit out of there. But this is what it looks like. It kind of looks white on the camera as I'm looking at it here, but it's a very, very pale pink. And I actually tried some of this makeup yesterday. I was gonna film it like first reaction, but I didn't have time. We were like rushing, so I didn't have time to film. But anyways, so you can take the little spatula here. I cannot see what I'm doing, so, oh God, that's too much. So I just got about that much on my finger, okay? And then I'm going to kind of get it all over here. It's very smooth, like creamy feeling. I wasn't really sure what to expect with this, but it is very smooth. Like, it doesn't have a scent to it. There's like literally no scent. And it goes on very like silky smooth. Like, I will say it makes my skin feel really silky. So initially I liked the feel of it, okay? It obviously has to sit a little bit, but I do feel like it helps minimize any of the like pores and lines. And I felt like yesterday, even at the end of the day, I noticed that my makeup was not like sitting in my creases as much around my eyes. And I don't know if it was this primer or the foundation or what, but I will say that much about it. So let's let this sit and then we'll get the foundation out. Okay, and while I'm letting that finish, like sit and soak in, my throat just made a weird noise. So like I said, I had been using the L'Oreal Infallible foundation, and I use the shade 460, which is golden beige. And I felt like this shade was really, really, like, I just felt like it matched my skin really well. My face, you can kind of tell my face is not as dark as the rest of my body. My face never gets as tan as the rest of my body. So I kind of try to like match it like more so with my neck as opposed to my face, because otherwise I'll have a like pale face and yeah, it won't match. Anyways, so I did their little quiz thingy, or not quiz, but it's just like, it says find your match, and you can literally pick the kind of foundation that you use, the brand, the shade, and everything, and it tells you which one to get. And I was actually already leaning towards the sand one because of like what, like, it was like the medium neutral or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, that's pretty much what I go for normally. So I kind of already had an idea that I was gonna get sand, but then it just like reassured it, or reaffirmed my decision. So I got sand. I was a little bit nervous when I put it on yesterday because I was like, oh God, I don't think this is gonna match. So when you take it out, it has this nice little like velvet sleeve on it, which is like super fancy. And this is what the top of it looks like. So it's like a kind of a gold, like shiny top here. Again, I think it's plastic, but I just thought this was so fancy that they have like a little velvet tube that it comes in. And then this is what the bottle looks like. The bottle is glass, and the top is like the cap of it here is plastic. And then obviously like you want to shake it up, make sure that everything, like nothing's been like sitting and like, I don't know, just shake it up. This one says Skinfinite Hydrating Foundation, okay? So it has a pump on it. You just pump it out. I'm not very technical. I just will pump it onto my fingers, put it all over my face, and then I like to blend it with a damp blending bud. It's like inevitable. Anytime I start doing my makeup, my nose starts running. So if you see me wiping my nose, I'm not sick or anything. It's just my nose runs when I do my makeup. I don't know. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, so I did like 1.5 pumps, okay? And I was scared because when I took it out yesterday and I looked at the shade, I was like, ooh, that's kind of yellow. I don't know. So here's what it looks like. See, next to my face. Obviously not blended in. And I just like literally put it all over. So it does feel a little bit like a little heavier just because it's a hydrating foundation, so it's a little bit creamier consistency. And then I'll just bring it down. I try not to go too far down on my neck as long as it like blends well. So very roughly applied, okay? Roughly applied. And then I grab this and we're gonna blend it in and then I'm gonna come back, okay? Okay, so I have it all blended in. I mean, personally, I think that's a pretty good match considering I don't have like my contour, blush, like all that stuff on, because that's gonna add more color to my face. Obviously, I look washed out because I just have one solid color all over my face. Anyways, I took just half a pump more because I just wanted a little bit more under here. And then from here, I am going to put on my contour. I won't make you guys sit and like watch that since obviously this is a review on more of like the SheGlam stuff. But I have just been using, got something in my eye. I have been using this, which Palladio? Palladio? I don't know. This is what I've been using. I just got this. This is actually a foundation stick, but I just got one of the darker colors of foundation. Right there, okay. I try not to go for the super warm ones just because I feel like warm tones tend to look very orange on me. So I try to go for a little bit more of the like muted, like neutral ones. But yeah, that's what I use for my contour. I'll come back and show you where I apply it just so you guys have kind of an idea of that. I just got it from Sally's. I found it at Sally's. I was there and I needed a new contour stick and they had these foundation sticks. I was like, let's just try it, see if it's any good. It was actually kind of funny. I'll hurry this along, but it was kind of funny because I asked the girl, I'm like, oh, have you ever used these before? And she's like, oh yeah, they're great. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, is it heavy? Is it creamy? She's like, well, it's like, it's not like a powder, but it's like not like a liquid either. I'm like, huh? And she's like, and I'm like, okay, but like how's it wear? And she's like, oh, well, you know, when it goes on, it's like, basically she was saying it's not this and it's not that, but, and I was getting the impression that she'd really never used it. She was just kind of bullshitting. I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna get this and go blind. We're gonna go in this blind. And it's not bad. It's probably not my favorite. It takes a little bit longer to blend than say like my one that I had from Rare Beauty, which was like my bronzing stick thing. I was just dying laughing because I was like, okay, just say you've never tried it. It's fine. It's not powder, but it's not liquid. All right, I'll be back. And I kind of realized that I never really went in depth and told you anything about this foundation. Do we like it? Do we not? I do like it. It will leave more of that like hydrated feel, which a lot of people are like, oh, it's sticky. And so they automatically want to reach for like a setting powder. But I feel like if you blend it enough, if you feel like it's caking up anywhere, you just kind of like blend it out. I feel like as long as you know like the tips and tricks on how to make things work, I can't really say. I feel like the L'Oreal Infallible one that I had, I feel like that one, it blends in a lot easier. But I do feel like it set in the creases of my eyes if I didn't set it with powder. Whereas yesterday with this one, I don't know, like I said, if it was the primer or more of the foundation, I noticed that it wasn't really settling in the lines as much. I don't know, I don't hate it, but I'm not like, oh my God, this is like amazing. Like it's not something that I wouldn't be able to live without. I mean, it's not bad for $9. Okay, I told you I would show you guys where I put my like contour, bronzing, whatever. Again, not super technical, so. Difference with contour and bronzing, yeah, I don't know. We ain't gonna get into it. So I put it around here to kind of like close this in a little bit. I put it along my jawline, down my neck, here, around my nose, and right in here. And then I blend it around my jawline to kind of like make more of that oval face shape. Okay, all right, so let me blend this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and got that blended in. I do like to use like a kabuki brush. I usually use like a flat angled one like this. And then if I still feel like there's some harsh edges, I'll take my damp blending bud where I blended with the foundation and I'll go over the edges and just kind of blend it out. So it's still kind of a rough blend because I still have to go in with my concealer. I do use the e.l.f. the hydrating concealer. I have switched that. I used to use the other one. What's the other one? The matte one. Yeah, matte finish one, and that just does not do my lines around my eyes any favors. And when you see people use like a really light concealer under their eyes, like if you use a really light one under your eyes, it will bring out the fine lines, I will say that. So I've used kind of more of a medium one. This one is Light Sand from the e.l.f. hydrating line. That's just the one that I've been using, and I'll show you here real quick where I apply it, and then I'll go ahead and blend it in. I used to go a little like concealer happy and just put it everywhere. But anymore, I've been trying to go a little bit more like natural-ish. Like, I don't know. I don't go as crazy with my makeup these days. I don't know. Okay, so I just apply right there, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and blend in. All I do is use the tip of my damp blending bud and I blend it in. Another little pro tip for you. Not that I'm a pro or anything. I'm just saying I've been around the block with makeup, okay? And I have found that because you will get makeup on your lips and stuff, and you want to wipe it off before you put your lipstick on and yada yada. If you put chapstick on before you start putting any of your makeup on, it will make wiping your lips off a lot easier than having to like scrape and like wipe it down with a wet rag and possibly mess up your makeup. Just put a little bit of chapstick on so it has a nice like lubricated base, and then you'll be able to wipe the makeup off when you're all done, and it won't like kill your already chapped lips from the winter. Okay, blended in the concealer. The concealer. Yeah, and I just continue to like press if I start seeing any like creasing before I get to set any areas I want to. If I do use powder for setting or anything like that, this has been like my go-to. Someone recommended this, or recommended that I try this, and I'm completely obsessed with it. Because I used to use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder for setting, and it was fine, but it was a very dry setting powder to me, or finishing powder, whatever you want to call it. And this one almost has, I don't know, it's the Halo Glow setting powder, and I don't know if it's because it's the Halo Glow that it does give more of like, it gives more of a glow. To put it simply, it's super, like, it's just super lightweight. Sorry to like mix this in with the SheGlam stuff, but I just haven't told you guys what I've been using for a while. So, but I get the light color, and then I will just use, this is an eyeshadow brush, but I like to use it just kind of on my eyelids because it seems like that's where I get a lot of my creasing. So, because I do take my concealer up onto my eyelid to kind of like lighten that a little bit. All around my eyes has naturally been dark my entire life. And so, in turn, if I don't wear makeup, everyone's like, are you tired? No, my eyes are just freaking dark, okay? Anyways, so yeah, I will put this on my eyelids here just to kind of set that. But again, I do feel like it makes the lines pop out, the wrinkles, whatever you want to call them. I'm trying to be nice to myself and call them lines. Wrinkles just sounds... Anyways, and then I'll put it a little bit in the inner corner. I'm crazy, you guys, I'm sorry. Around the nose here. Because I feel like I crease up right there really easily. Okay, so that's pretty much all I do for the powder. Like I said, I try not to do a whole lot of powder. So yeah, on the eyelids, around the nose. I might bring it down a little bit on the sides here just to keep my like contour in place, but that's about it. After that, I will go for my blush, and I have been using more of like the liquid blushes. And I know I showed you guys a while back that I was using the Rare Beauty one. And this one was in the shade Believe, which obviously this is a much like darker blush because I like having that very like rosy look because I do use highlight and all that stuff, so it tones the blush down already. So I did get 2 liquid blushes from the SheGlam line, okay? Right here, these are the boxes. And then I got Rose Ritual and Swipe Right. And I'll show you both. The Rose Ritual one it's pretty light for me. It's not really my jam because I like I said, I like more of that like deep rosy color. And although it's called Rose Ritual, this is the color it shows up here. Let me just show you real quick. Come on, get out of there. So this is what it looks like. The bottle, it's like twisty, I don't know, whatever. And then it shows this as the color here. You want to shake it. I do like the applicator of it though. It's just like a little sponge thingy here, like that. Okay, so it's a pretty color. It's a little bit lighter than what I'm used to, obviously. Like, look at the difference here. Like, this is more of like a peachy pinky color, and I'm used to like a mauvey, like a deeper mauve color for my blush. So I will say I do like the Swipe Right one a little bit more than the Rose Ritual, but that's only because I like very like rosy color. So if you're not one that likes an intense blush color, the Rose Ritual is really pretty for like a natural, like even like a summer one, just because it is more of that peachy corally color. It's a very pretty one for when you got like your summer tan going on, stuff like that. But I was applying it with my damp blender, and I do feel like it's very easily over blended. Like if you do it too much, like it starts disappearing and you're like, ah, and then you gotta like reapply, do it again. And again, that was more so with the lighter Rose Ritual, but with the swipe right, this one, it looks very reddish on the square here. This one is actually a lot closer to what I already used. So again, to get the liquid blush on the applicator, you wanna shake it, and then you just twist it, open, and then you've got this. So I really like the swipe right color, personally. I can show you both of them just so you guys can see. But what I did yesterday is I had the Rose Ritual one and I put that one on first and I blended it and it was too light, so then I used the swipe right one over it. So I will go ahead and do that again for you just so you can see the Rose Ritual and what it looks like. Okay, so Rose Ritual, the lighter one here, okay, right here. And then I like to put my blush like up in here. And then to get more on there, I will shake it again. You guys are gonna hear the boys. The boys are getting home. There, there. And then I even like to put it up in the corners a little bit like this. I like to have a very rosy look, okay. All right, so then I have my damp beauty blender, and I'm using a new area of it and just blending that in a little bit. And I like to bring this kind of up into my temples. Yeah, so I just feel like I have to be careful not to over blend because then I feel like it just disappears. It's very, very light consistency and it dries down and it doesn't really like move or anything, which is nice. And then that little bit on my nose there. So like I said, it's pretty. I just like a little bit of a deeper blush color. So personal preference. Then we'll go in with this one just so you guys can see. And I know it's over the top of another blush, so to get the true color, I know, I get it, but we're gonna show you guys anyways, just so you can see the color. So this is the swipe right one, obviously. It's got more color to it. Oh, Diesel, you stink. Same areas, okay? So then again, I will go through and I will just kind of like blend this out very lightly. And yeah, I feel like that's just the one thing I would say about this is don't like over blend. I feel like it gets, I don't know, I feel like it will disappear very quickly if you over blend. Other than that, I like the consistency of it. The colors are very pretty and they're buildable. So if you're new, I guess these would be really good if you're new to liquid blushes and you don't want to go like crazy with your blush at first. But again, like, see, I just feel like it brings life to my face when I have more color to it. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear Asher. He's out there arguing with Joe. But I want to watch this. Okay, so there we go. There is the swipe right color over the Rose Ritual, okay? But yeah, I really like the swipe right one because it's got more color to it. And yeah, that's my take on those. More color. Don't over blend. Then you're golden. And the reason I like more color is because I put a liquid highlight over it, and I feel like anytime you put a highlight over a blush, it like mutes it a little bit more. So I like to go more pink, and then like your blush is the first thing to fade off anyways from your face. So I like to go a little bit heavier with the blush. Like we're not trying to like go for no 80s look, okay? I'm not trying to like get these bright pink cheeks or anything like that, but I do like to have some color and some life to my face. So the liquid highlight I use, I didn't get any of the SheGlam ones because I still have a bunch left from the Rare Beauty one that I have and I really like it. I'll show you real quick where I apply this and then I'll come back after I blend it. So I literally just put like a few little dots, like you can barely see them, those little dots right there, 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 and then if you want to, you can do a little bit on the forehead. Okay, so that's all I do for my liquid highlight, those little dots, and I just blend it in with my finger, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. That is with it like blended in. See, it's like I said, I'm going for more of that just like natural kind of like glowy look with my makeup anymore. And then what I will do is I will take the Milani Make It Last Dewy Setting Spray before I like move on and do anything else, and I'll spritz my face and then let it dry a minute, and I'll just like pat it with my damp blending bud, and I will do my brows and then I'll come back.
But I think this dream was rotten at its core. Tried to fix these things, patch it up like before, but I was the fool. Went down with a sinking.
Got my brows done. I do use, just for reference, if anyone is looking for a similar color to this, I try to match like more of my root color. Obviously I don't want pink brows. I use the NYX micro brow pencil. It's a micro brow pencil. I like it also because it is very skinny, so it does allow you to be a little bit more precise, I feel like, because obviously I like have OCD about my brows. So I get that one in ash brown. Okay, and then the only other thing I added was a little bit of highlight in the inner corner, nose, and on my upper lip here, and I used the Hello Halo. This is like super faded because I've had it for a while, because you don't need a whole lot. But this is Wet n Wild. Yeah, I know. It's Wet n Wild, and this one is the shade of this one. I think it's the lighter, darker, I don't know, but it's I Met Someone right here. Okay, again, it's faded off. If I use it on my cheeks or anything or anything like that for a highlight, I will use the pinkish color over here, but then I use the golden color if I'm doing like inner corners, nose, upper lip, things like that. Anyways, okay, so 3 other things that I got. I'm actually not gonna use them on my eyes today. I'm gonna show them to you guys on my hands, because I tried to use them on my eyes yesterday and I just felt like they didn't look like what they look like on my hand. I don't know if it's because I have makeup on my eyes already, like I set my eyes and stuff, so I don't know if that like interfered with this or not, but I got these, hold on, I'll just show you. The SheGlam Jelly Wow eyeshadow pop, okay? So I wanted something shimmery that I could just like wipe on there real quick and just like, you know, have like a pretty shimmery look, right? Well, the colors are super pretty, okay? They're really, really pretty. So it opens up like this, and then you take it out. It's this little thing right here, okay? They're very lightweight. I think this is plastic down here, and then obviously the lid is plastic too. And then it's got this thing on it right here, and then you just peel that up, and this is what this one looks like. So this one is called Nova Glow, and it's really pretty. The other 2 that I got are super sparkly. This one is not as sparkly. It's more like frosty. Obviously, you can tell. So I am going to kind of like pull my sleeve up here, and I'm going to show you what this looks like on my hand, because it did not look like this on my eye. Yesterday when I put it on, I was really irritated. So this is the Nova Glow, okay? So I'm going to see if you can see that. So it's just a really pretty frosty look, right? I don't know. You like... Tell me if I'm like, does anybody know any tips on putting on like these like liquid cream eyeshadows? Because it feels more liquidy, like it's hard to get on your finger, so it's more creamy, but then you get it on there and it feels more liquidy on your hand, especially when you're rubbing it in. It's super lightweight. I'm not sure how water resistant they'll be though, like sweat proof, I guess I could say, like for summer and stuff, because I was looking for something that would like stay on. Because when like the instant I washed my hands, as soon as I got it underwater, these did come off. So I don't think they'll be that sweat proof. Okay, so the other color I got is Rose Disco. And this one, it literally is like a pinkish color and it looks like a disco ball. Like this stuff is really sparkly. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so I'm gonna take this thing off here, and it's like, I don't know, it's very pretty. And it's really hard to capture that on the camera. So we'll put Rose Disco right here. So I don't know if the light will be able to capture that at all, but it is very, very sparkly. It's got some iridescent to it, but it is very like rose gold looking. So this one was Nova Glow, and this one was Rose Disco, okay? So again, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's kind of like the same color as my skin, so it is hard to see, but it's very like iridescent and it's very pretty. Again, didn't look like that when I put it on my eye yesterday. It's like it disappeared. I don't know if I wiped it too much or, like I said, I don't know what I did wrong. How do you guys apply these? If you use like cream type eyeshadows, how do you apply them? Am I doing it wrong? Is that why I'm not getting the results I want? And then this one's called Delirious, and it's really, really pretty. I saw, like, cause I'm an avid review reader, and so I will read all of the reviews of like on Shein and stuff. Shein. I read all the reviews, and this one girl I seen left a review and she had it on like the inner corners of her eye and even on her nose. It's like a bluish iridescent, okay? Like it looks white, but when it's on there, it looks like a bluish iridescent. And it looked super pretty in her review picture, and I like tried to put it on. I was like, what the hell? It didn't look like that. So I'm getting some on my finger here. So I got that on my finger, okay? And we're gonna put this, like it's very iridescent. Very iridescent. Like it's super pretty. And that looks like it would be really pretty on your like inner corner, things like that. But again, when I put it on over my makeup, it didn't look like that. It just like, it kind of like dissipated, and it like, I felt like it was wiping off really easy. So I don't know, maybe I don't know. I really don't know. So yeah, again, they look really pretty. I don't think they're gonna be super like sweat proof, waterproof, things like that. They're really pretty. They look really pretty, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this one. Then I got 3 different lip liners because I've been trying to find something to replace a couple of lip liners that I was using through pharmacy. And I just have been looking for something else because I'm like, I wanted just something that I could just like pick up from the store. And of course, I just can't find anything that's just so. So I got Brazen, which really pretty color. I wore it yesterday. It's like I don't know, it's definitely like one of the colors I was looking for. So I will show you there. Looks like that, okay? And then that is what Brazen looks like, okay? So it's kind of like a rusty, it's like a light medium rusty color. I don't know. I feel like it looks really good on like a tanner, like olive skin tone, but this is exactly like one of the colors I was looking for. It reminds me of a mix between like with the 2 from pharmacy that I used to use a lot was 222 and 223. And I feel like it's like right in between those 2 colors. And it's really pretty. So I'm gonna be stocking up on Brazen. So then the other one, I was looking for more of a pinkish colored one too, because it just, I don't know, I haven't been able to find one in the stores that I like. And this one is called Momo Joe. And it's really, really pretty. And I do feel like this one is one like I'm gonna really like wearing. I think it's more of like to me, it looks more like a mauvey pink. So the bottom one is Brazen, and then this one is Momo Joe. It probably doesn't look like a whole lot of a difference, but like this one's more like got that orangey, like warmer base, and this is more of that cool, like mauvey pink. And it's just a really pretty, like medium pink color. So I think these 2 are honestly probably gonna be some that I like keep on hand. Because they were like only like $2 and something per lip liner. So you're welcome. And then the other one that I got is called Misty Rose. And it literally looks nothing like the picture online. Like, you know how people put like pictures, well, like for like the advertisement, it's like, oh, it looks like this, and it looks like this like frosty pink color. It doesn't look frosty pink. It's not frosty pink, okay? It's this. It's actually the darkest of any of the ones that I got. I'm like, did you guys mislabel this? This one, the darkest one, is Misty Rose, okay? So we have Brazen, Momo Joe, and Misty Rose. And honestly, I think I'm gonna like all 3 of those. So I was really excited because you never know with lip liners and ordering them online, like what colors they're actually gonna be. Again, I was like hunting through the reviews. And then the other thing that I got that I was super excited about, because I have been doing more of like glossy colors on my lips, but then I'm a lip liner fanatic. Being a lip liner fanatic, gloss also like makes your lip liner wear off. And it's a constant battle, right? So I got these things. They are called Take a Hint Lip Tint, okay? This is what the box looks like. And then this is what the actual packaging looks like. I got 2 different colors. So it's these 2 right here. And one of them is called Primp. The lighter one is called Primp. And then the more like darker, well, not dark, but like pinky colored one is called Cheeky. And the Primp one I actually wore yesterday with the Brazen lip liner, and it was super pretty, like super natural look. And this is what it looks like on the thing. It looked nothing like what I thought it would coming out of the bottle. So the trick to these, it's a very like light pink color, okay? I know it doesn't seem like it would go with the Brazen one, but it actually does because it changes colors a little bit as it dries. So what it does is it actually tints your lips. If you can't tell, I'm actually a really big fan. The lip products were probably my favorite thing out of everything that I got. But it's like a glossy color, okay? But it actually tints your lips. So if it starts wearing off, your lips still have color. It's kind of crazy. Like it's not like something like matte that's gonna stay on there all day, anything like that. You'll have to reapply, but you'll still have a nice color on your lips because it actually does tint them. So you're supposed to actually wait like, I don't know, I think it said 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that for it to actually like have full color on your lips. But yeah, the color will like kind of change as it dries. It doesn't really dry. So this one was Primp, okay? And then this one here that I'm gonna use is called Cheeky. I'm gonna get a little bit more on there just so you can see the color. This one is Cheeky, okay? Cheeky I feel like I would probably wear with Misty Rose or like Momo Joe. I feel like it would go really good with those 2. And then Brazen, I use the Primp color with it, and it's super pretty. So I am going to finish out my makeup. I'll go ahead and like put on the lip color that I'm gonna wear today, and I'll put on my mascara. I still am just using the Maybelline Sky High for my mascara, and then I'll come back and show you what the lip color looks like. And yeah, we'll finish this thing up. Okay, we're done. I got my mascara on. The lip color that I chose for this one right here, it is the lip liner was Momo Joe, and then the lip tint I used was the Cheeky one. So this one is a little bit more pink than the one that I used yesterday. I used Brazen with the Primp tint. So I wiped everything off my hands. The shimmery stuff up here, I was able to just kind of like wipe off with a paper towel. Obviously I had to wipe a little bit harder, but just saying as far as like staying power, I don't really know. But here is where the lip tints were. So here was Primp and here was Cheeky. So I wiped them off, and as you can see, they tinted the skin there. So as they, like I said, as they fade off, it still leaves your lips with like a little bit of a color on there, which is kind of nice. And it makes it less obvious when your lip liner is fading off, especially if it matches your lip liner really well. So yeah, I'm a really big fan of the 3 lip liners that I got and the lip tint stuff, because it's kind of like glossy and it still leaves color. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and do my final spritz, because I do a final spritz with the dewy finishing, make it last dewy setting spray, finishing spray, whatever you want to call it, from Milani. I will carry this with me, especially in the winter time, because I feel like it's so dry. I will carry this with me, and if I feel like my makeup is like drying out or not looking good, like I will spritz it with this just for like a refresher, and then I feel like it just kind of gives me that glow again. So as you can see, it just kind of like, it gives like that glowy look. And I like misting like even my neck and chest area, because it even helps like give that area a glow. So it's just a nice like healthy, glowy, young look. Yeah. Ladies, you get it, right? I just feel like I look back on pictures and like some of my harsher makeup looks, like it doesn't do us any favors the older we get, the more harsh makeup, but there's still ways of making it look like your makeup is done very nicely, but without like overdoing it. That's just my opinion, because I did used to be one that did like really dramatic everything. And lately this has pretty much been it for me. So hopefully the review of some of the SheGlam stuff helped. I will probably continue to use the foundation, the primer, the lip stuff for sure. The shimmery eye stuff, I don't know. You guys let me know, like, if you got some tips and tricks, like, drop them in the comments, because your girl needs help, because I don't know why it ain't looking good on my eyes, but it does not look good when I put it on my eyelid. It doesn't look like on my hand. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I do have the makeup under it. Whatever. But, yeah. And then the liquid blushes, they're just, they're okay. They're not anything that, like, I'd be like, oh my God, I have to have these. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. I will probably try a few more things. I will be re-upping on the Brazen and the Momo Joe. Those two lip liners, I'm definitely re-upping on those, and I'm probably just gonna get them to have them on hand, because, you know, ordering online and all that fun stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. Yeah, subscribe, don't subscribe. I can't control what you do, but if you enjoyed hanging out, give me a thumbs up, y'all. But anyways, yeah, so thank you for watching, and I will see y'all next video. Let me know if you guys have tried anything else from the SheGlam line that is like really worth trying, because I'm interested.